So what is not self has been calculated, measured, enumerated and pointed out. The body, the sense organs, prana, mind, intellect.
And its modifications.
Their modifications, all the Vishayas, including the avidya vasana, up to that, all these are anatma, not self. So if you are wanting to live in them and experience them, you are an honest modern man, secular, materialistic. You have nothing to do with spirituality. You may have your chandan, shave your head, but you are a materialist. Something other than these is the spiritual essence, which is the self. Self meaning your own self. Just as a dreamer, while dreaming, he is going through those experiences, but in fact, who is he? The waker, who is sleeping in his own bed. But at this moment, he is not conscious of it. Similarly, at this moment, all of us are, at the level of the ego, identified with the BMI, reveling in the world of OET. All these are marumadijika kalpam, like the mirage waters. Really they have no existence. The moment you wake up to the higher state of your own nature, self. Having thus indicated, in detail each factor was expounded. Then they are all added on and said all these together constitute the not self. So now all that the teacher has to do is point out what is then the self. Remember? 10 people are coming forward, which is Ramarao. So then Ramarao's gunas must be announced. Short, round, big-bellied, completely bald, flowing mustache, pan in the mouth. That is Ramara. Go and tell him this private message, but see that you always stand behind him. So you go there, and there afterwards what do? Discriminate. Why? This fellow is too tall, cannot be. This is not short enough, shallow. He is short, but he has no big belly, reject. There is a big pot-bellied, short fellow, but he has got hair, unfortunate. Remove. And watch for a shining head. This has got all the Atman's light coming out. You understand? And then say, this is Amra. This is called. Similarly, what all constitute the world of not self was indicated, and which is the field in which we have been always living, transacting, and we know nothing beyond that. Something other than that is the self, your true nature, the divine that you are, that Lord of your heart, that essence is being now indicated.
Athate sampravakshami.
Adhate pravakshami.
Swarupam paramatmanaha. Yadvijñāya naro bandhat. Muktah kaivalyam ashnute.
And this great reality is not far away, that you can realize only in the Himalayas, in the peaks of Himalayas, away from home, when many, many lives at the end of it, probably. It is right here now. How far is the waker from the dreamer? You the dreamer, and you the waker. How far is it? That is the distance between you as you are to you, the real self. It is right down here now. But so long as I am dreaming, I am in another world of my own, and I suffer all the experience of the dream. Can't avoid it. In the same way here, the teacher points out, Athate sampravakshami. Now, say to you, sampravakshami, not a mere pravakshan, not merely saying it casually. Sampravakshami, I shall bring it clearly to your understanding. If you have the ability to understand. In order to have that clear understanding, sensitivity of your mind, you have to prepare yourself. Vivek. If these qualities you have cultivated in you, you are really a sensitive film that you can snap in the picture of the reality that the teacher is trying to indicate. He cannot explain. It is not words cannot explain, but he can only show. That is it. This is that. And when the teacher says this is that, you ask which is what? Why? The aperture is not opened properly, or something wrong with your camera that you don't get any picture. He tries to explain to you, and he says, "Iti, this is that." Which? Say again. Thus 12 dirty, stupid, addressing the stupid students, 12 different verses, 12 different methods the poor teacher starts. And at the end of it, he looked at the student and found that he has not understood anything. He said, "It is better I don't explain." He retired. Shankaracharya retired. But Chinmayananda will not. I will bang you. Come on. Sampravakshyami swarupam paramatmanah. What is the nature of this paramatman? I shall now try to communicate. Not by words, but words only indicate. And the rest, you have to go and yourself lift your mind in that direction. Yad vijnaya, not jnaya. Merely knowing it is not sufficient. You can know it from the book, and you heard from the Swami, "Oh, I see, a Paramatma also." Well, let it also, I will accommodate him also. Don't worry. But that won't do. It's not an information, but it must be a positive experience in yours. Vijnaya, vijnanam, knowledge gained out of your own direct personal experience. It's called vijnana. Jnana means ordinary information. Vijnaya, having you yourself experienced it. Vijnaya. Bandha muktaha, bandhad muktaha kaivalyamashnute. You get liberated from the limitations of this Sharira Mana Buddhi, and reach out to that Kaivalya Avastha, Kevala Avastha, that pure self alone. None of these pluralistic phenomenal worlds. A new world altogether, where there is nothing but Brahman. That Kaivalya state you shall reach. See the promise that the teacher gives? He feels so confident. But the student must also be fit for it. So if you don't get anything out of these 12 verses, go home and study, cultivate.
Vivek, Vairagya, Shat Sampati.
Not repeat these words. By saying aspira, 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 your headache will only increase, I tell you. You have to take it. Come on.
Asti kaschit swayam nityam aham pratyaya lambanaha avasthatraya sakshi san panchakosha vilakshanaha.
Asti kaschit. There is something. Because at this moment we have no experience. The teacher says, there is something. Asti kaschit. Swayam. Swaprakash. Self-effulgent. Because it is the very consciousness in you in whose light you become conscious of all your experiences from the birth to death. The experiences of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching cannot be of the instruments of the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. If there is a microscope or a telescope, the telescope is an instrument. The object that you are seeing is far off, an object other than you. But who is the observer, seer in the telescope? You are the seer. Telescope is an instrument. Without telescope you cannot see. Therefore don't come to the conclusion like stupid physiologists that it is the telescope that is seeing. Because without telescope can you see the star? No. Therefore who sees? Telescope sees. Telescope by itself cannot see. It is inert, insentient. Who is a conscious entity who is experiencing the distant star through the equipment of the telescope. That is you. All modern science is only using the instrument and trying to analyze life in terms of the objects perceived. It's called objective science. In spirituality, from these vivid experiences, everyday experience of every one of us, we try to question who is the subject, who is experiencing through the eyes the objects outside. What is that which enlivens the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin? Who is the hearer in the ears? Who is the seer in the eyes? Who is the smeller in the nose? Who is the taster in the tongue? Who is the toucher in the skin? When that X quantity is not there, two bamboos, the procession starts. Isn't it? Sorrow to a few, relief to a lot of people. There you are. Gone. This life spark in you, whose Chaitanya light, the consciousness, astikishchit, there is something Without that, we cannot explain what we are experiencing every moment. Because the equipments are inert, made up of matter. It has no capacity to do anything, nor has matter got consciousness. But you and I are conscious people. So you are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. There must be asti kasched. If you start thinking, there is something in you which is other than you and your experiences. All these rendered possible because of him or that. Call it that or him, it doesn't matter. Or call it, your ladies nowadays, she. It doesn't matter, call it she, he or that. There is asti kaschit. Which is Swayam, it is full of consciousness. So to see that consciousness, no other instrument is necessary. When you are looking at the telescope and then to know you are the seer, what instrument is necessary? Bring a mirror or bring another microscope to see who is this seer. Not necessary, because I am the source of consciousness, and it is my consciousness that saw through the telescope and became conscious of the distant star. Asti kaschit swayam nityam. It is permanent. No change. Is it not? In childhood, were you not conscious of things? In teenage, were you not conscious? In middle age, were you not conscious? In old age, are you not still conscious of things? Hey, your instruments must have become old, so you cannot see clearly. So the object, you will have to move it from you. That is because the instrument has gone back. But the consciousness behind it is the same. The consciousness that made you uncomfortable when you came out of the mother's womb, made you weep as soon as you were born. The discomfort of dying, also you are conscious of. Between the birth and the death, every moment you are conscious of. When is it is not conscious? Unless your neighbor helps you. One hit on your face, unconscious temporarily. All the moment you are conscious. Nityam, permanent, changeless, eternal, at all times with you. Aham pratyaya alambana. Now, as you and I am the seer, hearer, smeller, taster, toucher. All these are rendered possible. Alambanam, the substratum is consciousness. Then, not understanding it is a consciousness, I identify with what I am seeing, what I am hearing, what I am smelling. I assume to myself that I am the seer, the smeller, the taster, the ego. So in all ego's experiences, in all ego's awareness of the world outside, the awareness, the consciousness is this reality. Aham pratyaya alambana. Aham pratyaya, the experiences of the aham, ego, is not possible if consciousness were not behind, if life were not present. Aham pratyaya alambana avastatraya sakshi sad. And this consciousness is ever present with you in all the three avasthas through which you go every 24 hours. You are at this moment, the majority of you are in a waking state. Some of you are in dream state. Just one person is in deep sleep state. Every one of you, throughout the day, every day, go through these three states. The waker is not the sleeper. Experience of the waker is different from the experience of the dreamer, the experience of the deep sleeper. And yet what is common in all these experiences? This consciousness is permanently there. I am conscious of the waking world in the waking state. I am conscious of the dream world in the dream state. I am conscious of the deep sleep, absence of everything. I am conscious of. Consciousness is always there. In all these, in the waking state, I as an ego may cry that my body is sick. I have no wealth. My wife died. My son is not all right. Paramatma, the consciousness, is just illumining your experiences. Happy or unhappy, good or bad, horrible or terrible. It experiences. In all of them, he is a mere sakshi, a witness. Just as the sun is a witness of everything that is happening in this world, this source of light consciousness is a mere sakshi, constantly with you, never leaves you. Don't say that I am God-forbidden guy. God has left me. God has left me. Poor God cannot leave. He would love to leave you, but he can't. He is a mere sakshi, a mere witness, unaffected by your physical sorrows or comforts, your emotional upsurge or peacefulness, or your intellect dullness or brilliancy, unaffected by them all. Here's the thing. My consciousness is illuminating some smell. All these are sakshi. So there is something which is like a sakshi, untouched by whatever happening at the physical, mental, intellectual level. It is constantly with us in our waking, dream and deep sleep state. Avasthatraya, the three avasthas, three states. Sakshi, sun. Panchakosha vilakshanaha. And it is something other than all your equipments, the panchakoshas, the five koshas, the gross, the subtle and the causal bodies. Make it as koshas, later on it will explain. The gross body, the gross annamaya kosha, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamaya. All other than all these is this consciousness which illumines them all. Continue.
Yo vijanati sakalam
Jagrat swapna sushuptishu
buddhi tat vriddhi sadbhavam abhavamahamityayam.
Yo vijanati. Whoever in you, whatever that is in you, that is knowing. Minus that, you have no knowledge. Under chloroform, you have no knowledge. Under chloroform, the doctor amputates you. The doctor is on horseback and therefore he amputated the wrong leg. When the consciousness is come back and then you suddenly realize and you tell the doctor, Doctor Sahab, ye kya kiya? Kya kiya? It is a successful surgery. Yes, Maharaj, but the point is, my wound is on the other leg. Ye kaha kya? I did it on you. And why didn't you tell me? That is not the right leg, the other. So the doctor's argument is, I did it on the right leg. But Dr. Saab, it is my wound is in the left leg. All right, I will do that also. On a concessional rate. Okay. Now why didn't you stop it? Because at that time I was not conscious, though in my body. He was just slowly sawing it out and throwing it away. I didn't know it. So there is something in every one of you. Yo vijanadi. That factor that knows everything, that in whose light every knowledge becomes vivid for you. All experiences shine out in your awareness. Sakalam Jagrat Swapna Susuptishu. In all your experiences of Jagrat, waking state, in the dream state, in the deep sleep state, all your experiences are shining in the light of this awareness. Therefore, they are all valid for you. Buddhi, all your intellect, tadvritti, and all the thoughts that rise in your intellect. Are you not aware of it? Good, bad, indifferent, vulgar, dirty, filthy, noble, all thoughts arising. And the thoughts that you are not conscious of, they don't exist for you. Think. Thoughts of the black hole in the universe doesn't affect you at all. I don't know. But there are professors who are only thinking of this black hole into which the whole universe is going in. High density. कहाँ जाते हैं पता नहीं, वहीं उस तरफ जाते हैं. You and I are not worried about it. Black hole? Everywhere there is black hole. In my life also black hole, it doesn't matter. That thought doesn't come to you, and therefore they are not able to give you any experience. Vijanadi. Buddhi, tadvritti, tadbhava. When there is thought, there are thoughts in you, you are conscious of them. Abhava. In deep sleep, you are again conscious that there is nothing. Nothing means no thoughts. So not only absence of thoughts you are conscious of, the absence of thoughts also you are conscious of. Consciousness is always there. Because you are there. And consciousness is always there. Therefore, who are you? Consciousness. I don't know, that is very difficult. You know, how I leave everything. Don't leave. Stay on. Continue suffering. So that this consciousness is at all times there. Sadbhava, abhava, aham. Even this idea, aham. I did it. How do you know you did it? Swamiji, what are you talking? I am conscious that I did it. I did it. I am a brahmachari and I went there and they were talking. The people, the crowd, the hall was full. They didn't understand anything. But I understood. I did it. How do you know that is I? I am unhappy, I am happy. This is from morning till evening. Even this I. It's not that I am knowing, but I itself is an object of your awareness. This is I am. This consciousness is I am. This. This is this Atman. There is something in you. Which is knowing everything? Which is it? That which knows every experience of yours in the waking dream and deep sleep state. Every movement of your intellect. When thoughts are there, you are aware of it. When the thoughts are not there as in deep sleep, you are aware of it. Even your ego is an object of consciousness. It is not consciousness, it is an object of it. Ityayam. This is this. This meaning to make you realize it. It is not that this is that. Then the Lord is above the clouds in the heaven with Lakshmi massaging and himself sleeping, separate from you. Dvaita. It is this. That is the same. Continue.
Yah pashyati swayam sarvam yam na pashyati kaschana yaschetayati buddhyadi na tadyam chetayatyayam.
Yah, he who pashyati, sees every experience of the body, mind and intellect. He is the one who is illuminating them. But neither the body, nor the mind, nor the intellect can illuminate him. Just now we heard it, isn't it? It's because of electricity all the equipments are functioning. The light is blinking at you because of electricity. With that light, can you see electricity? What are you searching? No, I am seeing, where is this electricity? With a torch? With a bulb? All bulbs are burning because of electricity, but no bulb can illuminate electricity, is it not? All machines are moving because of electricity, but no machine can capture electricity. It is a subject. Because of him, all these objects are functioning. These equipments are meant only a limited ability. The sense organs can perceive objects. Mind can perceive only emotions. Intellect can perceive only thoughts. But these cannot illuminate him. Mirror can reflect only things that are in front of the mirror. And what is behind the mirror? Mirror illumines. Even if you turn the mirror is illuminating honestly what is there in front of it. But what is behind the mirror? That is how when you keep a mirror outside in the veranda, birds come. And the bird says that, "Ayah, my friend is inside it." So then it rubs, kisses each other, and then he wants to contact the bird, and therefore it goes behind the mirror. Then get excited because the mirror is gone, my girlfriend is gone. So he comes back. Lucky she is still there. So that don't say that the technical people or the scientists would say that. Where is it, Atman? Bring it. Here is the fresh test tube. Thoda. Atman ko le aao. Let us experiment with it. Analyze it. No. It is the very subject. So yam yapashyati swayam sarvam. He in whose light everything becomes shining. Yam napashyati kaschana. None of these instruments can know it. Yaschetayati buddhyadi. It is he, that essence which enlivens intellect, etc. The intellect, the mind and the body are made up of the 5 great elements, and they are inert, insentient matter. But they are dynamic and acting now. Whom dynamizes them? Who enlivens them? This Atman, the Self, is that which is enlivening every one of them. Just as a car is made up of only matter, metal, rubber, leather, glass. None of them have got movement. And the car is moving. By whose grace? The gas, the petrol in it. Similarly, you are a bundle of filthy, perishable, inert matter, mud. And yet, these dolls are moving about, looting each other, killing each other. What dynamic! Why? Because they are alive. Think. A dead terrorist can no longer terrorize anybody. Think. A dead scientist can no more discover anything. Einstein can no longer add one more idea. Dead weightlifter can lift nothing anymore. Others must lift him. Isn't it? So then all these are yes chetayadi buddhyadi natadyam chetayatyayam. None of these equipments can illumine him. Neither your sense organs can perceive it, nor the mind can feel it, nor the intellect can think about it. These limitations, these equipments have got limited effort, limited abilities. They can perceive the world outside, but they cannot by themselves perceive this higher reality. Ityayam, that is this. Meaning, this state that if you lift your mind to it, that is the Brahman. You know, if teacher doesn't want to use that because it is far away, this is you. Continue.
येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं
येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं
यं न व्याप्नोति किञ्चन
यं न व्याप्नोति किञ्चन
आभारूपमिदं सर्वं यं भान्तमनुभात्ययम्
Yena, that by which Vishwamidam, this gross world of names and forms, Vyaptam, pervaded. Don't consider this Atman is in your heart, a little one, and I can't see it. It is so subtle. It is all pervading. It embraces everything. Everything exists in it only. All waves exist in the ocean. All gold ornaments remain in gold. All the entire universe of names and forms that you are seeing are all pervaded by this infinite reality. Just as all your dreams, the international war in the dream, happening where? In your waking mind. Right? When will you realize it? When you wake up. Yeah, it's all in there. The waking mind pervades the universe of the dream. Dream is happening there. In the same way, this whole universe of names and forms are all pervaded by this infinite state of consciousness. Yam na vyapnoti kinchana. Nothing envelops it. Space is the highest that we know. It pervades everything. Everything that we know of the names and forms are all existing in space. But space itself is in consciousness. Because you and I are conscious of space. Space is an object of consciousness. Ishavasyamidagam sarva etkinja jagatyam jagada. Hai. It pervades all. In Vedanta, pervading God or the Lord, the infinite consciousness pervades everything. It has got a special significance. That which pervades more is called subtler. Thus your body is the grossest. On Sunday afternoon, after lunch, maybe you may expand one notch of your belt. There is all maximum pervasiveness. But your breath, even those who are sitting near, it pervades a little. Your mind, sitting in Siddhabari, you can go to home and come back. Pervades. The intellect pervades more than the mind, because the mind can only pervade what it knows. The intellect can push the frontiers of your mind into new dimensions. But wherever your mind goes or the intellect goes, it is all playing in consciousness. Consciousness pervades everything. It is subtler than the subtlest. Thus a block of ice is the grossest. When it melts into water, it is subtler. Will you say water is subtler? Because it pervades more. And that sample of water, if it is made into steam, it pervades not only the floor, but the entire room. It is subtler, therefore gas is subtler than liquid. Liquid is subtler than solid. Solid is the grossest. So the subtlety is measured in Vedanta or in philosophy by its pervasiveness. This Atman, the self about which we are talking now, pervades everything. Nothing pervades it, means it is the subtlest. So don't ever imagine that this Atman, the self, in my heart, your heart, is the Paramatma, the substratum for the whole universe inside. Shut up! It is everywhere! So that don't sit down closing your eyes, your meditation. Why not open your eyes? What do you see? Nothing but Brahman. But the only thing is, you don't recognize the rope. When you open your eyes, you see only the serpent. That is the knowledge. All these are nothing but Him. Kinchana, nothing envelops Him or pervades Him. Abharupamidam sarvam. All these are the play of His abha, light. Light means His consciousness. Therefore, we are seeing all these. We say that they are all real. Why do you say it is real? Because the plant, the animals, the human, the mountains, the trees, they are all real. Why? Because I am conscious of them. Why not you say that, no, my horns, it isn't real. Why? You are not conscious of it. Suppose I make you conscious of my horns. You say, you have consciousness. Now I know. What do you mean I know? I am conscious of it. Isn't there? The snake is real because I am conscious. See? Abharupamidam sarvam yam bhandam anubhatyayam. because of its light. Anubhavi, everything is lighted up. Just as the sunlight illumines everything. This light in you illumines all your experiences. Never mind whether it's good or bad or happy or unhappy. All of them are, you are aware of them. They are all shining in this light. This consciousness is in you at all times. I am this consciousness. Which I'll tell you in some other way. If you have not understood it, I'll say.
Yasya sannidhi matrena dehendriya manodhiyah vishayeshu svakiyeshu vartante prerita iva.
This is a stanza that has been bodily lifted shamelessly from Atmabodha. Thereby you should not complain that Shankara is only borrowing it from Atmabodha. Atmabodha happens to be his own work. So when I take my money from my pocket, I am not pickpocketing. When my hand by mistake goes to another pocket, then I say that is pickpocketing. You understand? Therefore, Shankara felt that stanza of the Atmabodha is appropriate here, and therefore he discussed. Yasya sannidhi matrena, by whose mere presence. You can't say that the sun is very heavy work from morning till evening. He has to be there early morning every day, and then he has to illumine everything, and then he has to heat up the waters and make vapors and create clouds, and then see that Sannidhi matrena, by his mere presence. His nature is heat and light and energy. And all of us loot him even without thank you. He says, okay, have it. Yasya sannidhi matrena, by his mere presence. Sannidhi matrena. Deha, Indriya, sense organs. Mana, mind. Dhi, buddhi. Aya, all of them. By mere presence. You are alive, unfortunate. Therefore you are a voter. Politician cannot make you a voter. Your friends can. Because many people die and yet they vote. Yasya sannidhi matrena, by mere presence. All these become illiquid. And they dance on and work. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, perceiving, the mind feeling, the intellect thinking. When you see the picture, Krishna standing and singing. The gopis get crazy mad and dance all around. See? Krishna is not dancing. Only this, much later, 2000 years ago, the Padris came and they saw Krishna was dancing with these teenage girls. Terrible fellow. If he isn't nowadays, we would have put him in the jail. Krishna did not dance. Krishna was the changeless center, around which the gopis danced. He did not phone up everyone and say that it is a springtime full moon night, let us have a dance performance in the banks of Jamuna. Huh? He didn't say that. He took his flute and sang. But that is all. Hearing the warbling notes of the flute, the girls got crazy and ran and sang around, danced around it. The Padri dare not come near because it is devil worship to him. He is afraid of devils. He is always afraid of Satan. He is not loving God, but he is afraid of Satan. You understand? All Christians know it. I am not pulling down Christianity. They frighten you more of the Satan than give you devotion to God. Now, so then the Padri was standing far away, lying on the floor and watching what these girls are doing. So that poor man, he saw the vigorous leg of the healthy girls, dairy farming, 1,000 cows every house, and they are working hard, and therefore their legs are beautiful, shapely, healthy, and they wear saris, mini saris, because they have to work. They are not like you all, sari, 2 yards extra. So that one hand is to pull up the sari, the other hand is the handbag. What work can you do? And a country full of women, all of them, no, you can't work. Because the sari palla must be different. Palla dekhna ek the life's business. Roll up the slaves. Have you seen the fisherwomen in Bombay? Huh? Mini saris. In the interior villages of the Maharashtra, mini saris. To these vigorous legs, when the Padri looked, it is not that he told a lie. He felt that Krishna is moving. Just as every one of you, including the great physicist, when he lies down on the seashore and see the clouds passing and repassing, even he will cry out, today the moon is running fast. Then he realizes also, moon is not running, it is the clouds running. Thus through these legs, the poor Padri saw Krishna was dancing. He immediately made a note of that Lord Krishna was dancing with the girls. Sannidhi matrena, by mere presence, he inspired them all, and they forgot everything. Because they were all, as it were, in a new realm of consciousness, and they danced in joy and ecstasy. This is happening every day in every one of you. The thoughts running around and round. Why? Because you happen to be alive, for no fault of anybody. This Atman, the self, is in you. It's by mere presence. Makes the body, the mind, the intellect, the pranas act on and work on in the mere presence. Vishayeshu swakiyeshu. Each of the equipments does its job. The eyes see, the ears hear. The ear cannot see. You bring your only the first son, Papa Mama Swamiji, and on the 22nd day we have taken a photo. This is my child. And he brings to me to appreciate the child. child at the 21 days old child, you cannot recognize it from a cat or a rat or whatever. It's a single wrinkled face, wrinkled. It's very ugly, very disappointing to any father.